What's up guys, Thomas back with our Tech Tip Tuesday, and today we're replacing the factory steering wheel with an aftermarket unit that retains all the factory buttons, and most importantly, your airbag. Okay, so the first part is a little bit tricky. There's gonna be 3 pins that hold on the airbag. We're gonna be taking off the airbag first, then we can take the rest of the wheel off. So there's 3 little pins you have to press, and we're gonna have to first remove these little covers to get access to those, so we need a flathead screwdriver. Now before we get too carried away, you will want to disconnect your battery so, you know, airbags don't explode in your face. Now this part is pretty hard to see. You really got to get your face in there to see these little pins, but you're going to be pushing on these pins with a flathead screwdriver to get the airbag to release. Now the pins that I'm removing here are right here, here, and here. And you're just going to push those pins into the center from the side, and that will loosen up the airbag. To remove the airbag, you're going to take your flathead and pry up on these little yellow tabs. And you can take out these connections, get up out of there. There we go. And then this little ground connection. Boom, airbag, and you set that aside. All right, now let's straighten out the wheel here, and we're gonna be taking off this nut in the center, and that's a 17 mil nut. So let's go ahead and loosen this. Okay, you wanna just take out a few threads out, just enough so there's some room, because you're gonna be pulling this off, and if you didn't have the nut, you would throw this right into your face, and that wouldn't be a good day. So there we go, it's nice and loose, and we can take the nut the rest of the way off. There we go. Then you're gonna disconnect this part from the harness here. Now when you're taking this off, these black wires are gonna come with the steering wheel. These airbag yellow ones are gonna stay with the car. So gently feed that out. You don't wanna break those are important. All right, now we have our steering wheel out. Now we're gonna take all this stuff and transfer it over to our new one. All right, so it's time to take apart all the good bits on the steering wheel, and there's going to be a bunch of these little Phillips screwdrivers. They're all the same. All the screws are the same length, so it doesn't matter if you mix them up. So let's go ahead and take all of them apart and start pulling this stuff out. Okay, let's start with the this part. This part's just going to fall out. This is the wheel weight. Then we can take the back plate off, slide that out, set that aside. Then we can take the cruise control and all these buttons out. So if you grab from the back, there's 2 little like plunger things that are keeping this in, but it's all one piece on the 2017s and newer, so make sure you don't snap that. There we go. And then this is connected to the cruise control, so let's slide that out as well. Now one more thing on the old steering wheel, before we go ahead and get rid of this, we need to transfer these little clips for the airbag. So they can just simply pop off with the screwdriver. Okay, now we can set this aside and grab our new wheel. So this wheel is the FT 6-speed factory CP style steering wheel with the Alcantara sides and bottoms with a carbon fiber finish and red accents, and then the 12 o'clock stripe at the top. First thing we're wanting to do is transfer the old clips to the new steering wheel. Let's go ahead and put this weight on. Then we can flip this around. Put that back plate back on. This just snaps in place. You shouldn't have to force anything. It'll just kind of, you have to align each little mount with the hole. Now we just have to put all the controls back. Starting with the cruise control stick, you want to slide that in first. And then there is a pin that there's a locator hole and pin that needs to be aligned first. There, now that's in. And then we'll press this on top. Make sure you get these plungers aligned. You don't want to apply too much pressure and crack this, so make sure it's going in the hole right the first time. There we go. Now we can put all our screws back. All right, let's go throw this back in the car. Okie dokie. So first, let's get these in here. There we go. And you should have left your wheel at 12 o'clock, so we're gonna reinstall it right at 12 o'clock. We can reconnect that harness, and let's go ahead and throw the 17 mil nut back on. Oh, I put that in upside down. So, funny thing, I actually put this in upside down. So you want the metal bracket to be facing you if you're driving the car. That way, everything fits like it should. Because before, it was fighting against this back plate. So, that's an easy fix. Okay, now let's reconnect the airbag. Orange tab to orange. Boop. Black to black. Boop. And then don't forget this little negative ground that goes right there. Okay, now everything's correct. We can pop this back on all three connections. Booyah! Now we got our new steering wheel. Woohoo! Last thing we have to do is put these little tabs back in the side. Ta-da! And that's how you install one of these FT8 6-speed factory aftermarket steering wheels. There's a lot of little steps, so I recommend that you take your time so you don't have to like go back and redo something. Maybe you forgot the little pins for the airbag and you get to the end and the airbag won't come on, then you got to go all the way back and put the pins back in. So just take your time, maybe watch the video a couple times and take notes. So if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to send us an email at sales@ft86speedfactory.com. And yeah, all the colors and all the stuffs, there's a bunch of different versions for the steering wheels. They're gonna be linked down in the description like always, and that's all I got for you guys. So see you in the next one. It's an aftermarket one that retains all your factory doohickeys, the buttonies, the boop boop beep beep bop bops, those. All your factory buttons, your steering wheel controls, that's the same thing. The steering wheel controls, your cruise control, your radio buttons, and most importantly, your airbag.